Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing today? I hope you are doing very well because I am doing fabulous today. It is another First Time Friday that I am bringing you guys. And today is First Time Friday, and next First Time Friday is going to be a little bit different. I want to put a disclaimer out there that I'm not promoting any of this, especially underage, because you know I'm not 21. I am not at all encouraging this, and I do not want to be a bad role model to anybody, and I don't want anyone to think that, because I am just sharing my experience with this. I know it's a common teenage thing. Teenage drinking is not unheard of, and yeah, so I'm definitely not encouraging it, but I want to share my experience with you guys. Because I just feel like it's kind of funny. I find it okay to try things out. You know, I have tried alcohol before, yes I have. And I'm going to share with you my experience of my first time drinking alcohol and getting kind of drunk over one shot. And let me share the story with you. My sophomore year of high school, I was a good kid. I would probably call myself a prude, and I had never smoked, I had never drank, nothing, I'd never tried anything. Don't do drugs, kids. But of course, alcohol was a little bit curious to me because I'd seen so many people in my life have some, and it just looked like people had a lot of fun when they were drinking this magical drink. So I thought maybe it was my time to try it. And I had a friend who I'd been friends with since second grade, Emily, and I'm still friends with her to this day. And she was kind of like a rebel, in a good way. She is one of the nicest girls I've ever known, but in a way she's a rebel, and I think she can own up to that. Not saying that in a bad way or anything, but basically this happened on the night with her. So I had lived with my aunt at this point, and hopefully she's not watching this because I have a little secret. It's not bad though. So I lived in my aunt's house. My mom was gone, probably at work. My aunt was gone, and my dad was living here at the time. This was not right after, but this was some time after my parents' divorce, where my dad needed somewhere to stay for a little bit just to get on his feet. He got a really good job at this point, but he was living with us at this time too. So my dad was in the other room, and me and Emily decided that this was the night that we were going to Club Stars. Please tell me if anybody knows what Club Stars is, or if any of those teenage clubs you ever went to. Oh my god, if there's still pictures on the Club Stars website from San Diego, I'm probably in some of them, and it's really embarrassing. So let's not talk about that. We were going to Club Stars with a couple of our friends, and we were so excited. We figured that this would be the night where I tried my first sip or my first shot of alcohol. So we didn't have any, right? We were sophomores in high school, but I knew that there was a cabinet above my aunt's oven that had a bottle in it. And I believe it was lemon Smirnoff or something. I remember it being a yellow bottle. I'm not sure what it was. And we had taken just a tiny bit of that alcohol in a water bottle, and we had put a little bit of water oh my god. We had put a little bit of water in the alcohol bottle so that it didn't look like any was taken out. So we did that, we put the bottle back, and we didn't get caught. Thank God. So we go upstairs, and we're in my bathroom doing our makeup and getting ready, and she's like, okay, take your first shot, take your first shot. And I'm so nervous. My body is just not ready. I don't know if I was ready. I just kind of felt like I wanted to experience this. I didn't know what it was like yet. So I ended up giving in, and I took the sip out of the water bottle. Now there was maybe only 1 to 2 shots worth of alcohol in the water bottle. So I took a first shot, and surprisingly, I was already feeling it. And I remember taking another one, and at this point, I was legit buzzed, if not on the verge of drunk. I'm a 5-foot girl. There's not a lot of places for the alcohol to go and spread out, so I got drunk pretty fast, and I can tend to be a little bit of a lightweight. My dad is in the other room, keep in mind, and all the doors are open. We're doing this in the bathroom while whispering. We're not even locked in the bathroom doing this. We're stupid. I I start to get dressed, and I'm also trying to do my makeup. And girls, if you know at all what it's like to try to do your makeup after you've had any sip of alcohol, you would know that it's very difficult and you don't come out looking that great. So me being a sophomore in high school, I hadn't had my makeup skills yet, and I was a little bit buzzed for my first time. My makeup was looking like legit crap. And I was putting on outfits, and I picked out a weird outfit and some ugly shorts. I went into my dad's room and I said, "Hey Dad, like, do I look good in this? Is this okay? Like, am I gonna be okay?" And I was talking really fast, and I was acting really strange. I was walking funny because my body wasn't used to this. And he just looked at me really weird, and I don't think he knew. I don't think he was expecting that to happen. So we both got ready and we waited for Stephanie and her mom, and I forget who else came with us. I think another girl came with us. And we were gonna get in the mom's car and go to Club Stars. So me and Emily are both a little bit tipsy drunk, and Emily's like better at hiding it. She's better at holding it. She's not such a lightweight, I think, or maybe she is, but she's like better at hiding it. And I'm not. So I'm being a crazy girl in this car. Keep in mind, we are in Stephanie's mom's car, and I'm being ridiculously crazy. And I'm like touching the window, and I'm like looking out the window like,
wow, what is this world of being drunk?
God, I just feel like such an idiot. We pulled up to Club Stars. And we get out of the car. I don't think her mom knew, but Stephanie and the other girls kept looking at me like, "Olivia, shut up. Like, stop. Calm down. You're okay." And the other girls who picked us up in the car weren't drunk yet, just me and Emily. So we get into Club Stars, and we're having a fun time. But in hot clubs, you kind of sweat a lot, so you start to lose that drunkenness. But I remember seeing girls in my classes in high school, and I would be like, "Hey girl, what's up?" And I was like so ridiculously obnoxious. And they knew. They'd be like, "Are you drinking? Like, Olivia, you're drinking?" And I was a sophomore, and these girls were like freshmen. Like, why were we going to clubs and drinking alcohol? I don't know. But I remember my experience for this whole night, and we had a lot of fun, but I remember going outside for a second. There was a lot of high school aged people, but there was also some older guys there, a lot of creepy guys, and they would like come up to me and like literally, what's the word? They would like crowd me. They would like crowd around me and be like, "What are you doing tonight?" Like, drunk, I'm sweaty, I look disgusting, leave me alone. It was pretty scary because I remember like freaking out, like, where are my friends? I need them. These guys are like harassing me and crowding me at this weird freaking trashy club. Like, it was trash. It was in like the middle of one of the cities near me, and it's not the nicest city around, and it was just not okay. It was literally like a run-down business park. That was where this club was. It was so weird. But I do remember how fun that night ended up being, and my little tipsiness didn't last very long because I was sweating it out, dancing and going crazy on the Club Stars dance floor. We ended up leaving, and on the ride home, I had like completely lost it at this point, and I was like, what did I just experience? Literally, what did I just experience? Now I know what drunk is being like, or now I know what tipsy is being like, and whoa, it's a whole new world. And I felt really weird, but at the same time, I kind of felt like I wanted more. Like, it's very, very weird. Alcohol is not addictive or anything like that, but I was kind of just like confused on what I had just experienced because it's your first time. You're completely confused. You've never had a feeling like that before. It's very weird. That was the end of that. That was my very, very first time drinking alcohol, and I remember the next time that I drank. This is going to be really short. I'm not going to tell the whole story because then this video will probably be very long. I was with Emily again, and we had decided to go to these guys' house, and there was a couple guys. It was one of the guys' houses, but all of his friends were over. So it was all of like Emily's close friends. These weren't sketchy guys. These weren't guys that we were like first meeting. These are guys we went to high school with, and we're a sophomore. Like, there's nothing like sketchy going on. Like, everything's fine. So we're hanging out in the room, and they're actually genuine guys because of how they handled this situation. My second time drinking, you guys. I had Captain Morgan, which I believe is a dark alcohol. I could be wrong. I feel like it was light though. but I'm pretty sure that night I mixed dark and light, and I drank more than I did last time because my very first time I drank about 1 or 2 shots. But this time I had a little bit more, and we're all sitting in a circle in his room, and I felt so sick that night. Me and Emily slept on the floor and they slept in their beds. We were just like hanging out like friends, but we had this bottle of alcohol to all share, and I threw up. Why are all my stories about throwing up? I don't freaking know. But I threw up all over his bedroom floor, and there was no towels, there was no nothing. I threw up all over the floor, and the stain is probably still there, and I felt so bad. Guys, I'm not kidding. My throw up from drinking this time was in my extensions. I had clip-in extensions at the time. It was in my extensions, it was all over his floor, and the boys were very sweet about it. Like, they cleaned it up, they were like, don't worry about it, it's totally fine. Like, I'm really surprised because sometimes younger boys would probably act a little more immaturely, but they were super kind about it. So that was my second experience, which followed pretty close after my first experience. Thank God they were so nice about it because I legit ruined their carpet with my spew. What do you call that? Spew? No, that doesn't make sense. With my throw up? I don't know. Disgusting. So yeah, and that turned me off for drinking for a really long time. This is just my experience, my perfectly human experience. What I can tell you as advice is start slow, because my first experience was fine because I didn't drink too much. You gotta know your body's limits. You don't want to drink too much in the beginning because you will end up throwing up everywhere and getting really sick. But also, you know, I'm not trying to promote the underage drinking at all. I also believe in living your life, and if you want to try something, like, it's perfectly human, it's perfectly normal. But don't, you know, be a bad person or do anything bad or get yourself into any dangerous situations. And like I've said before, never drink and drive. Never drink and drive. Never put your life in danger. If you're going to drink anything, do it in a situation where you're going to be safe. Anyways, that is my story about my first time drinking alcohol as a teenager. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every Monday and Friday. Also follow me on my social media. The links are down below. And give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Next week's might be even more controversial and a little bit worse, but stay tuned because it's going to be interesting. And I love you guys so much. I will see your lovely, beautiful faces in my next video. Bye guys.